Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Monday, July 1st, 2019. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Before we get to the charts, I want to remind everyone that I will be hosting a monthly market outlook later on this afternoon at 3:30 p.m. Central. So right after the market closes, we will jump into a live monthly market outlook where we will prospect for opportunities and find opportunities for Q3 in addition to the second half of the year. Please go to pivotboss.ecofin.co. You can see the URL right up here. And this is where you will be able to create a free account for our PivotBoss Trading Room. And so you can create your username and password here. This is a trading room that you can access through your internet browser, through an app on your desktop, or you can download an app for your phone and jump in that way as well. It's a fantastic trading room with great folks here, but this is absolutely free for you and anyone that you think may find use in it. So please share this information. Go to pivotboss.ecofin.co to create your free account, and you can jump into the trading room and watch our monthly outlook live. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the charts right now. You can see here that the market has jumped up significantly here. Sunday evening, popping higher and already pushing up to begin the week. This is a precarious zone here for the markets in general, because anytime you're at a previous month's high like we are right here, you have to be careful. That's the previous month's high, that blue line. And if price cannot stay above that blue line over the course of the next day or two, or by the end of the day, it will be a rejection, and that could open up a return back toward recent lows. Again, we talked about this before in that price has pulled back into the PEMA trigger zone. Right in this zone, that's usually very bullish. We saw that happen with gold here recently, where it was extremely bullish, pulled back into the PEMA trigger zone, and then popped higher. But again, if you're up here at these highs, this is new all-time highs, and you can't hold up here, there will be some sort of rejection here. You can see the previous month's low is here, previous month's high is here. And if you reject these highs, you tend to come back to the midpoint of the previous month. That's right here at around 28.50. So again, this is going to be something to keep an eye on. Overall, the market remains quite bullish here. It continues to trend higher. The pullback here has been bought. This pullback, if it was a pullback here, a modest sideways pullback, that led to a continuation higher. And again, this is going to be a zone to continue to watch. If price can't stay above these highs here, then we will see a little bit of a rotation back down, and again, that rotation could be bought as well. So right now we are sitting at the all-time highs, and overall this looks quite bullish, but keep an eye on the recent lows here. The overnight low of 29.63, a failure to hold that zone could open up a return down, but overall, as long as we remain above that zone, more strength will likely be seen. Here's the NQ, very bullish as well. You can see here this market has been trending higher. This pullback here with a sideways range, a lot of inside days here. Sunday night again gapping higher Sunday evening and testing the recent highs here. This is the previous month's high right here, and again we're going to continue to watch to see does price stay above that zone, because any failure to hold 7,800 here opens up a return back down, and we could easily retest the recent low. That'll be around 7,600. We could even go a little bit lower into 73.75, which is going to be the previous month's midpoint. So again, this is going to be a zone that you want to keep an eye on, because if price cannot hold that area, we could rotate back down. But as of right now, pullbacks are being defended, and this thing continues to trend higher. All right, let's take a look at crude oil. Another bullish market in crude here. Again, you can see that even Friday, where we closed this thing lower here, we have gapped up on Sunday evening, and we continue to hold at these highs. We are also testing the previous month's high here, the blue line, and that's going to be another litmus test there. Any failure to hold that zone could open up a rotation back down, but as I've mentioned before, even a rotation as deep as 55s could be an opportunity to buy this thing for a continuation higher. So this market remains bullish, and it continues to push toward 62 and perhaps even back up to that 62.70 level, which is where we sold off before. So again, this market remains bullish. Any pullbacks could still be defended. Keep an eye on that blue line, because any rejection there could lead to a near-term pullback ahead of the next bounce. Lastly, taking a look at Gold futures, this one has been extremely bullish. It has rallied tremendously. Obviously, this thing held the 1270 level and has now rallied up to the 1440 zone. This market has now pulled back deeply into the pivot range for the month. And again, anytime you have a higher value relationship like this, any pullback to that pivot range is usually seen as a buying opportunity. There is a rejection tail already developing here, and again, even as deep as 1370 to 1375 could be a buying opportunity. This thing has dropped into 1384.70 and is already showing a tail. As I mentioned before, because of the spread of the previous month's range, it's a big high range month, we could see some sideways action this month as this thing develops for another push higher. So as long as price can continue to hold 1370 to 1375, this market will remain bullish. But given last month's range and how wide of a range it was, we could see range-bound action this month ahead of the next move. All right, everyone, please join me later on for the monthly market outlook at 3:30 p.m. Central. I'm looking forward to seeing you all and finding some candidates that we can trade for Q3 and the rest of the year. I'll see you soon. Take care, folks.